my name is Em and welcome to my channel. So this channel is dedicated to all things books, cozy adventures in vlog style, and I'm very excited to be sharing it with you guys. This is sort of a comeback. I did booktube back in 2020, as a lot of people did, and it really wasn't my thing at the time. I was still trying to figure it out, but I really miss filming, I miss vlogging, and so here we are back, and I'm really excited to be talking about books with you guys and cozy things and going on little adventures. So let's get into this first video. So I want to talk first about what I am currently reading, which is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This has been an anticipation read for me for a very long time. I've been meaning to read this and I did not get around to doing it, mostly because I was really busy with the summer reading challenge this year, and it just, you know what, I have no excuse. But now I have, am currently reading it, and look at these beautiful, this is a sprayed edges paperback version I got mine at Costco, actually, so kudos to Costco. But I absolutely love sprayed edges, and I really want to start doing my own sprayed edges, so that might be a video coming up. We'll see. I just need to get the supplies, but I really want to make all of my books sprayed edges. I mean, that's so pretty. Something to note too about this vlog is I will not be doing a lot of book shopping until January 1st because I'm on a book buying ban. But I've put myself on a book buying ban because the ratio of read to non-read books on my shelf is currently too different. There's just too drastic of a difference. And so I've decided, in an effort to save money and save space on my bookshelves, I am currently on a book buying ban until January 1st of 2025. That day cannot come soon enough. There are a couple exceptions to this rule as of right now. The first one, I'm lying to myself. It's an excuse to buy books. That I'm allowed to buy books from the library. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but certain libraries have like buyback programs or sell programs where they sell withdrawn books and all proceeds will go in support of that library. And so that's, I feel like, I'm like, it's for a good cause, right? I'm buying books for a good cause. The second exception to this rule is I am allowed to buy books for other people. And of course, I can accumulate books through gifting. If somebody gives me a book, who am I to say no? I will accept that book. I have broken the book buying ban twice since I started the ban, which was in mid-September. Guys, it's only October 21st, and I have already broken the ban twice. The first time was for Fourth Wing, the beautiful paperback edition with the sprayed edges that I found at Costco. I was like, of course, I have to break the ban for this. It's gorgeous, it's stunning. The second time that I broke the ban was when I got the sprayed edges of the paperback Harry Potter, just because, in case it's not obvious, I love Harry Potter. At some point I will be showing my entire Harry Potter collection, but that might not be today. We'll get to that eventually. And I don't know if this counts as breaking the ban, but Audible, as of right now, is doing a 3 months for 99 cents. So I did get Audible again. I go on and off of having an Audible subscription, but I did get it again because it was 99 cents. And of course, I use my free credit to get Fourth Wing on audiobook as well, so that I can read this while I'm doing other things in case I can't physically read this, because I tend to physically read mostly in the evenings and dedicate the rest of my day to being crafty and creative. I love to crochet, and you will be seeing a little bit of that in this video as well. Now, I was going to start this video yesterday to restart this whole channel, and so I did not get to show you the library trip that I went on and the books that I got at the library. Not checked out, I did buy them. But in the meantime, let's do a little book haul. The first is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I know that this is not a new book by any means. It was $1, so I'm very excited. It's in really great condition. This is one of the books that I want to do sprayed edges for. They are a little bit yellowed. The second book that I got was The Mighty Nine, The Nine Eyes of Lucian by Madeline Rowe. I'm very excited about this. I love D&D. This one does have the library stamp on it, which is another reason why I really want to learn how to do my own sprayed edges, so that I can like spray over that and make it look really pretty, because like, look at this cover. I do need glasses to see, but if I wore them right now, all you would see is a ring light in my face. The third book that I got was Reader, I Buried Them and Other Stories by Peter Lovesey. I'm horrible at author pronunciations, so I do apologize. This, I believe, is a mystery, and I'm very excited to read this. I thought the cover was just stunning. I mean, look at the little kitty. And this last book I didn't actually get at the library. My mom found this in a closet and asked if I wanted it. It is The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi by Shannon Chakraborty. It's about pirates. This is another one that I think would be really pretty with sprayed edges, like blue or red sprayed edges. That's what I accumulated as of yesterday. Now I think I'm gonna go crochet while listening to Fourth Wing on audiobook, because I do have a craft market coming up in December and I am just kind of prepping all of my inventory for that. So let's go crochet and listen to Fourth Wing, and when I get back to y'all, I'll let you know how far into Fourth Wing I am. We're back. I crocheted for roughly an hour and a half, and I did take about 30 minutes to make some lunch. And in that time, I got to chapter 12 of Fourth Wing on my audiobook. I am loving this book so far. I really get nervous when I start to read books that have so much hype, and just 'cause I'm worried like I won't like it, or what if it's overhyped. But oh, such a good book. This is such a good book. So I'm very excited to see what happens. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, even though it's not new. I don't know, I just don't want to spoil it for anybody as of right now. But I really love the dynamic between Violet and Dane and Zaron. I've been listening to this for 45 hours. Zayden. Point is, I like the book. In the meantime, let me show you what I crocheted. Look at all these pickles. Okay, so I crochet plushies. These are available on my Etsy, which I will put in the link down below. I am doing a Christmas market, and I love pickles, and I want to give them little Christmas hats as well. Pickles! Thank you for indulging me in my crochet pickles. I wanted to talk a little bit about my autumnal TBR, my fall TBR, even though we are almost done with October, but I really wanted to talk about what I've been reading and what I still have left to read. This is my autumnal TBR. I'm going to start off by talking about the books that I've already read, and then we'll talk about the ones I haven't yet. So to start, I read The Picture of Dorian Gray. I have been recommended this book quite a few times this year alone, and finally decided to pick it up, and I read, I think, the first 4 chapters and ended up putting it back down. I was like, no, I just wasn't feeling it. And then my friend told me, no, you should read it. I even read it this year, and I was like, ah, okay, I'm gonna read it, especially since they named their band after The Picture of Dorian Gray. I ended up loving this book. This is a good book. Okay, I see what everyone's talking about. The ending did not surprise me at all. As I think most classic endings, they don't, because we've grown up a little bit with the patterns of classics, so I wasn't surprised how it ended, but I still really loved it, and I loved the imagery of the ending. The next book I read was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone. In case it's not obvious, I love Harry Potter. I read this series about once a year, usually on audiobook. That is Jim Dale's autograph. I got that this year. My friend, who's in the Dorian's Room band, was able to get that for me. But this is actually the copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone that I broke the book buying ban for, so that I could get these beautiful sprayed edges. I love it. I do collect copies, different editions of the first book, the first Harry Potter book, because it's the book that started it all for me. I also read Ruth Ware's The It Girl. I didn't expect myself to like it this much. I read The Woman in Cabin 10, was it this year? And it was a solid like 3.5 star for me. I found this one at the library and decided, you know, we'll give it a shot. And I liked this one a lot better than I liked The Woman in Cabin 10. It's about this girl, Hannah. Her best friend is murdered while they are at college, and it goes back and forth between past and present as we try to figure out who really murdered her best friend, April, because the person that she convicted, shockingly enough, didn't do it. The ending, honestly, I was definitely like thrown a little bit, but it was a really good ending. I also read the Saturday Night Book Club by Craig Davidson. This is sort of a low-key Stranger Things vibes. It takes place in the 80s. This uncle and his nephew and friends go to solve little ghost stories, but they come to find out that the stories actually happened and it's part of the uncle's imagination, based off events that happened in his life. So this was really good, a nice, easy, fast read. And lastly, I read Cracked Up to Be by Courtney Summers. I really enjoyed Sadie by Courtney Summers, and so when I saw this book at Powell's before the book buying ban, I did pick it up and I read it that day, and it was so good. This reminds me a little bit of the It Girl in the sense of like popularity and like murders and such, so really enjoyed this book. Now, these 3 books were not on the TBR for autumn, but I did read these anyways, starting in the month of September. So we have the Dark Artifices series by Cassandra Clare. City of Bones was my favorite series in middle school. Absolutely loved it. I've had this box set for about 3 years and I had not read them. At least I didn't think I had read them. According to Goodreads, I had read the first 2, but I couldn't remember anything that happened. So I decided to give them a reread, and I'm so glad I did because this is officially my favorite series that Cassandra Clare has written. Now, I have not read the Infernal Devices yet, and I have not read the Chain of Gold series. Oh, the Last Hour series. I haven't read those yet either, but did thoroughly enjoy these books. So if you haven't read these ones, highly recommend. So that leaves what's left for the autumnal TBR, which I'm hoping to get done by like mid-November, maybe by the end of this month. We'll see. There's only 10 days left in this month. So we have Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I read Six of Crows for the first time this year during summer for the library and Powell's Summer Reading Challenge. Thoroughly enjoyed it, so much more than I thought I was going to. And so of course I had to pick up the next one, but I have not read it yet, so I'm very excited to see where Kaz and his team, their next adventure is. And then the final 2 books in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read the first book maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I have it in hardcover, and I thought I had it in paperback, so when I got the last 2, I got them in paperback just that they would match, and they don't. So I have these to read, and I wanted to definitely read them before I watch the show. I know that the show has officially come out, and I'm very excited. Hopefully we will get through these books by the end of October. I realize that one, that has been in my ear this whole time, so I don't know if this audio has at all picked up in decent quality, and 2, my fan is on. I do apologize if that is a very annoying background noise. So I just finished playing some Stardew Valley. It was a really nice, cozy gaming session, and I am now about halfway through chapter 17 of Fourth Wing that I've been listening to on audiobook. I don't know how I feel now, though, about Violet and Dane's relationship. He's a little... Like I said, I'm gonna not talk too much about this book, but that's where I'm at. I'm feeling pretty good. I might take a little reading break and do some other things, but just wanted to give you guys a little update on where we are in Fourth Wing. So I had a moment of weakness and did walk into a Barnes & Noble. I will not buy anything because, like I said, I'm on that book buying ban, but sometimes you just have to go inside a Barnes & Noble and smell the air. Isn't that right?
Breathe deep. It's good for you. Scenes of getting Goodreads to function.
It's not scanning. It doesn't. There. Oh, it's scanned. Okay, there we go. It's all good in the hood. Excuse the poor lighting, but really quick, I wanted to do one last little update before I read and then go to bed. I am in the middle of chapter 18 right now, and I just want to say Taryn is by far my favorite in this whole book. He is so sassy and has such an attitude, and like he has so much respect and yet such little tolerance, and I absolutely love it. I just wanted to mention how much I love Taryn. Good morning. It is the next day and I need to talk about Fourth Wing. I am on chapter 25, and before I get into anything else, do you remember about probably 10 minutes ago when I said I really love the dynamic between Violet and Dane. Yeah, I take that back. I don't like Dane very much. He's so annoying and pretty selfish, honestly. I feel like he protects Violet in very selfish ways, and he really does bring her down, and it just gives off the I don't think you can do anything by yourself. And listen, sure, in the beginning she was a weak little fragile person that no one thought she would make it, but now we're at chapter 25, she has made leaps and bounds, and a little belief would be nice. I am frustrated in this man. He does not deserve her in any way, shape, or form. I love her dragons. They are spectacular. Needless to say, I am obsessed with this book. I did read 8 chapters last night. I'm kind of hoping that I finish this today, and maybe I'll stop by the library and quickly check out the next one, Iron Flame. The rest of my TBR might just have to wait so that I can finish this series. Okay, really quickly, I ran some errands, and while I was in the car, I was able to listen to 2 chapters of Fourth Wing. And honestly, Violet is such a badass for attempting to, well, she succeeded in breaking into her mother's office. I think that is so cool. And I love her and Mira's relationship so much. So now I'm going to be crocheting and be getting some cozy gaming in while listening to some more Fourth Wing on audiobook. So I'll be back with some updates on that later. So I'm sure you know what scenes that was about. I did end up going to a friend's party, retirement party, and so I will be reading some more Fourth Wing tonight. So I will update you guys in the morning. Hopefully I will finish Fourth Wing tomorrow, and then we'll go to the library and grab Iron Flame, but I'm very excited, so good night, see you tomorrow. It is the next morning, and we finished Fourth Wing. This was so incredibly good, and I am very glad I finally got around to reading it. Honestly, I'm very excited to read the second one. I've already checked out the audiobook from Libby, and I will be going to the library today to pick up the physical copy as well, assuming they have one. And I'm very excited to get started. I am so upset that Liam died because he was definitely one of my favorite characters. He was just so wholesome, a little cinnamon roll bean. It made me kind of sad. And the fact that that dragons and their bonded live and die together is just so intense, because way back earlier when Amber was killed for betraying Violet, and then her dragon just like went off in complete agony, I was also hurting for her dragon. I never doubted for one second that Xaden was not a true traitor, like he wasn't betraying Violet to kill her or anything like that. But Dane, I feel so stupid saying what I did at the beginning of this video, where I was like, oh, I like Dane and Violet, I think they're so fun, oh my god. No, that's like how I felt when I was reading A Court of Thorns and Roses about Tamlin. I was like, oh, this is great, oh my god. No, you must always learn. The first one is never the right one. But I love her and Xaden together. That little twist that Violet's brother is alive at the end, I was not shocked. There was a part of me that was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. I rated this 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. I am very excited to be getting started with the next one. Will I be getting through the rest of my autumnal TBR? I don't know. I do not know. I keep getting distracted. All right, I'm gonna head to the library, but I will catch you guys later. Alrighty, we are back from the library, and I wanted to do a quick little library book haul. One of these books I did purchase from the buy section, which is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. Next, I got Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare because I absolutely love Cassandra Clare's writing. It's about time I read this, but since I'm on a book buying ban, we decided to check it out from the library. So I'm very excited. Next, I got The Dead Cattails Assassins, and it is by P. Jelly Clark, I I hope I pronounced that right. This was also on the top 50 short stories or novellas on Goodreads, so I'm very excited about this one. I got The Ancient Magus' Bride, the second volume. I own the first, and honestly I'm just kind of curious what happens next. It'll be a nice quick easy read. I do love a good manga, so I'm very excited about this one. And finally I got The Way of Bach by Dan Moeller, solely because I usually really hate Bach. And it's about time that I started to learn more about him, especially as a musician. I really need to learn the history of Bach, fugues, preludes, etc. So we're studying up. Alrighty, my friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel, see where this is all going. In the meantime, I'll be putting my Goodreads and my Instagram in the links down below, so feel free to give those a follow as well. And I've enjoyed spending some time with you. Alright, see you guys later. Bye!